Good morning, IB Math. All right, continuing with more on the unit circle, 6F. Now, I think we already know everything. We're just going to have to look at these and kind of figure these out. Let's take a look at, there's 9 different problems here, and each one of them say find theta, the angle, and we're going to say that it's between 0 pi and 2 pi. Actually, that should be a bracket there, or equal to. They have this or equal to here, but it really shouldn't be because 0 and 2 pi are the same angle. And given certain information, theta, the unknown angle. So let's take a look at an example. So find theta. Let's say if the sine of theta, so here's my first example, is 0.475. All right. So the first thing I notice is, and I want to find the angle. Well, I could very quickly, just on my calculator, just do the inverse sine, which means what angle has a sine of, the arc sine of 0.475. So arc sine of the sine of theta equals arc sine of 0.475. So theta equals, I got to make sure that I'm in radian mode. These are radian. So let's see, mode, radian mode. Okay, yep, I'm in radian mode. So I get the theta equals 0.49496-ish. But wait a minute, there's more. Because the sine is a positive number. There is more than one place where sine is positive. If I think about my unit circle, here is theta, where sine is positive, but the second quadrant, I could have another angle. Well, it looks like an angry turtle, doesn't it? I could have another angle here. So I've got this angle and that angle. Well, this is the first. How do I find that other angle? How do I find this other angle? Well, it's going to be pi minus 0.49496. So I'm going to do shift pi minus my previous answer, and I get that theta could also equal 2.6466. I've got 2 different possible angles here. All right, let's take a look at another one. Suppose I tell you I want to find theta given that the tangent of theta is, let's do negative 1.1. All right, so tangent's negative. What quadrants are we talking about? Where is tangent negative? Tangent is negative in the second, so I've got one angle here, and the fourth quadrants. So I've got, I wish I'd done that in a different color. I've got another angle, theta sub 2 and theta sub 1, because tangent's negative in the second quadrant and in the fourth quadrant. So let's see. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the inverse tangent. Now, on the last example, I used arc tangent. Tangent theta equals negative 1.1. The inverse tangent of the tangent of theta equals the inverse tangent of negative 1.1. So arctan and inverse tan are the same thing. So inverse tangent of negative 1.1. So I get the theta could equal negative 0.8329, which is actually going to be this angle down here, isn't it? Negative 0.8329 would be this angle right here. And how do I find the other angle? Well, if I take 2 pi and subtract that, 2 pi minus my previous answer, and I get that theta, oh no, it shouldn't be more than 2 pi, should it? Negative there. Do 2 pi, and then or let's see if I do pi plus that angle, right? That'll do it for me. Okay. So pi plus, I already did the negative 0.8329812, blah, 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 blah. There we go. 2.3086. All right. Let's take a look at something else that might be a little bit trickier. Suppose I want to find theta, and I tell you that sine squared theta plus the sine of theta is equal to 0. Well, here I'm going to factor out a sine of theta, set each factor equal to 0, and ask myself, think back to the unit circle, where is the sine, the y value, equal to 0? Well, the y value is equal to 0 at 0 pi and at pi. Where is the sine equal to negative 1, the y value equal to negative 1? At 3 pi over 2. And we can factor these and do all sorts of other things with these. If I have, I don't want to use any double angle formulas yet, so if you have, you're going to see things like the tangent of 2 theta equals something. We'll solve for what 2 theta equals first, and then just divide both sides by 2. And you'll have what theta equals. All right, so this is 6f. Go ahead and do those. And from here, we're really going to start getting into a lot more of the analytical trig after this. And we kind of need to know the unit circle fairly well. So practice this, work on these, and if you've got any questions, post them. We'll talk about them, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Oh, go do 6F. Do 6F homework now. Ready, set, go.